Welcome everyone. So today we have picked up the most exciting topic and very dear to my heart, how to become a cabin crew. Today we are going to cover the entire things, requirements and skills that an individual needs to become a cabin crew, whether it is domestic or international. My name is Shipra Ojha, having an experience of almost 14 plus years with international and domestic airline, and I am the cabin crew trainer here at Crew Aviation. So let's start the journey. Your path to flying high starts with knowing certain skills that you will need to start this journey and get that job. So the topic that we decided to cover today is the introduction. Our introduction will cover what is a cabin crew, what is the role of a cabin crew, and what does exactly the cabin crew is expected to do. Next, we will cover requirements to become a cabin crew. What are the minimum requirements to be a crew, either in domestic or an international airline? What are the hurdles you may face before joining any airline? Qualification and skills that would be covered, lifestyle as a cabin crew, and advantages of being a cabin crew as it is the most prestigious job that I feel. International airline benefits. So we will be covering the entire thing, so stay tuned. So let's start कि cabin crew होता क्या है, requirement क्या है cabin crew की किसी भी airline में. So the number one reason why a cabin crew is hired on board is for the safety of the passengers. Second point is the comfort and third comes the service. लेकिन ज़्यादातर लोग ये समझते हैं कि cabin crew का काम होता है सिर्फ सर्विस करना, passengers को comfort देना. But do you know why are the cabin crew paid most? Because they risk. So cabin crew अपनी life को risk में डालते हैं क्योंकि आप होते हैं हवा में और वहां आप ही सेवियर्स होते हैं हर किसी के लिए, चाहे वो आपके पैसेंजर्स हो, एयरलाइन का एयरक्राफ्ट हो, चाहे आपके पायलट्स हो. That is why cabin crew job is highly paid job at the age of 18 itself. If we talk about the comfort, yes, apart from safety, you are there for the comfort. You have to make sure कि आपके passengers comfortable हैं. That is why they hire people with a pleasing personality. If a person is having a pleasing personality and a humble nature, then you are the right person to give comfort to your passengers. The third comes is the service. Of course, लोग लंबी फ्लाइट्स पे जाते हैं, छोटी फ्लाइट्स पे जाते हैं, जो भी ट्रैवल करते हैं, everybody loves to eat. Everybody loves to have their tea, coffee, beverages, whatever they prefer for. That is why you are there for those three services. So till now we have covered that what is a cabin crew, who is a cabin crew. Now we are going to discuss what is the requirement to become a cabin crew. So every job has a minimum of requirement to become that role or to become a cabin crew. So there are different categories. One is for male and one is for female. So let's start with females first. So the female requirement for any domestic airline, domestic means you are operating within India, is called as domestic airline. So if you are applying in any kind of a domestic airline, your minimum height should be 155 centimeters. Now this again varies from airline to airline. Some airlines might ask you that it has to be 160 centimeters and some might ask you 165. But the minimum eligibility that we start is 155 centimeters. Now if we talk about the male category, the minimum height requirement is 165 centimeters in domestic airlines. Let's switch to international airlines now. Your height needs to be 212 centimeters on your toes and you need to touch the overhead bin. And it again varies from airline to airline. So before you apply for any airline, do check the minimum height requirement. Your weight needs to be appropriate to the height. Now there is a term called as BMI, that is body mass index, that you can calculate sitting at your home right now. You just have to go to an app. There are a lot of apps available on the phone where you just have to enter your height, your weight, and it will tell you the BMI. Now let's talk about the BMI of a domestic airline. So females need to have 18 to 22 as your BMI. I mean your weight should be within this range. Your BMI calculation should come up to this range. For male candidates, it's 18 to 25. If your BMI is below 18, then not an issue. If your BMI is above 22, again not an issue, because these are the things that can be changed. Height cannot be changed, but weight we can definitely work upon. Next, what is the educational qualification to become a crew? A lot of people ask this question that, what is the educational requirements that we need to become a cabin crew? So the educational qualification, the minimum you require is 10 plus 2 from a recognized board or university or its equivalent. However, if you are applying for any other role, if you are a graduate or a PG, you can still apply for this job. Of course, along with this, you need to be physically fit. You have to go through a lot of physical tests before you apply for any airline, or if the airline selects you, the airline conducts a physical fitness. Now, a lot of people might ask that what should be my vision? If I have glasses, should I wear lenses? So with lenses, your eyesight should be 6/6. So even if you have glasses, you can either get it operated or you can use a lens to have a vision of 6/6. So once we have known that, this is the minimum requirement a cabin crew needs, and if you feel that I fit into all the criterias, let's cover that what are the hurdles still people face to crack this job. So let's discuss that. So there is the number one thing that people think is the intense competition, because everybody is attracted to aviation, everybody wants to become a cabin crew, everybody wants those high perk jobs and benefits that the airline offers. That is why the number of candidates applying these days are in bunch. Imagine 10 is the requirement if an airline is having and there are thousands of people applying. The airline will select the best. That is why there is a rigorous competition in the market, and that is the reason there has been a lot of stages of interview that airlines have designed now. You will first have to give an introduction round, then your GD, then your personal interview, then communication round, then medical. So it again juggles from airline to airline. Then how do we need to crack this airline interview? But don't worry, everything has a solution, right? So don't worry about these things that, oh my God, I may be lacking in this or I may be lacking in that. The third thing that you should all keep in mind if you really want to become a crew is you should be willing to relocate from your base station or your home station. Now, what is a base station? A base station is something that becomes your station where you operate flights regularly. So you should be willing to relocate from your home location. If you're lucky enough, you might get a job location at your hometown or maybe some other city. Let's move ahead. What are the qualification and skills? We have discussed few things earlier, but let's go deep dive into it. So the number one thing, any crew or even if you're applying for any ground job is excellent communication skills and interpersonal skills. You need to be flawless in your communication. You need to be excellent not only by words but also in your body language. You need to have the tone, gesture and everything, because ultimately it's a service industry and you need to understand that everything counts as your communication. Your language may be excellent, but if your body language is not aligned with what you're saying, it actually becomes a negative side. You need to have a pleasing personality. Of course, it's a service industry. So you need to have a pleasing personality where if you are dressed up and decked up, you will be hired easily. But if any of this thing is missing, if you think is currently not present in your life, then we are there to help you. And we will cover it, that how we can help you cover this hurdle. Now, this is the most exciting and fun part that even thrills me. The lifestyle of a cabin crew. Let's cover that what exactly is the lifestyle of a cabin crew. So if we talk about layover flights. Now, what are the layover flights? So layover simply means if you are operating a flight from Delhi to Mumbai and Mumbai to Jaipur and your base station is Delhi. Now, Jaipur, you are keeping a halt. So that becomes your layover. That means for that particular night or those particular hours, you will be having a rest, and the entire expenditure of your stay, your food, and everything will be covered by the airline. And in that layover, you can do whatever you like. You can have fun, you can go to shopping. Only thing is you need to keep in mind your next duty flight time. The next thing is you can explore new destinations. Like I have explored lots of destination in my flying career free of cost, right? This I actually used to call it as a paid vacation, where you're flying as your duty and you're getting the best hotels, you get the best food, and you get to explore the city by itself. Flexible work schedules. If you think you are tired with your 9 to 5 jobs, then the airline industry will never give you fixed time schedules. You can either operate in morning or evening, in afternoon, but it all depends upon the schedule which is given to you by an airline, which is called as roster. So you will have a lot of flexible time. Sometimes you can enjoy your family time also, even if you do not have off. Next comes is the varied work environment and cultural experience. You get to meet a lot of different people. You get to meet a lot of different colleagues with which you can understand the cultural. You can understand the differences and you can get adapted. And because of that, your personality also enhances. That actually helps you for your personality development also. What are the fun part and perks that a cabin crew can have or do actually have? So the fun part is you have an exciting work environment with diverse team members. Imagine you are always working in the sky. You're always with different people, different team. You don't have to work with same set of people. Maybe if you have worked with a team today, you might meet that team maybe 2 months, 3 months, or maybe few years later. So you get a chance to work with different people, you get a chance to learn with different colleagues, you also get a chance to meet new people every day. And trust me, if you're meeting new people every day, you are learning a lot when you're meeting so many people. You also have opportunities for career advancement and personal development. Now, what are these career advancement and personal development? If you are a crew and if you want after a few years that, I want to come back to ground or I want to take up some other position, airlines apart from ground staff have internal lot of vacancies like trainers. There is a base team that handles the entire operation. Maybe once you get number of years of experience, you can also have a personal growth and advancement of career through that. So it's not only limited to flying career, but you can also come back on the ground and start your career. Next is the travel perks. This is my favorite. Why? Because not only you get the benefit of flying, your family gets the fare tickets of an airline at a very, very, very low cost discounted rate. Why I have used so many varies is, like, for example, if Delhi to Mumbai fare may be around 4,000 to 5,000, but if your family members or your parents or your spouse or your children are there, you get it at a minimum price which is cheaper than train tickets also, right? I mean, the train ticket will be very, very expensive as compared to the flight tickets. So don't you think this is the best perk? You can travel the world, you can take your family wherever you want, and even if you're going on layovers, you can take your family if the layover is actually big layover. Now, what are the advantages of being a cabin crew apart from this fun part, apart from the things that you have just seen, is exposure to different cultures and lifestyle. Now, if you are flying international, you get to know a lot of people who are from different cultures. You understand their food, their eating habits, their living habits. You also get a chance to visit different countries, different cities, and you learn and adapt various cultures with them. Competitive salary with additional allowance and bonuses. So what is the competitive salary? Imagine a 10 plus 2 has just come out of the school or a college, and your starting salary with any domestic airline is between 35 to 40,000. And if we talk about international, the starting salary can be 80 to 90,000. Now this again differs from airline to airline. Now, if there is a competitive salary, now what are these additional allowances? Is it like some gift? Is it like some goodies? No. These are also numbers that are additionally given to you apart from salary. Now, what are these allowances? Now, for example, if you have done a layover, which we just covered in our previous slide, is you get a layover. Now, if you suppose you are doing a layover, the entire expenditure is taken care by the airline. Now, in that, company also pays you for that particular night. There is an amount that is credited along with the salary, right? So if your salary is 35,000 and if the airline has fixed for this domestic layover, you will get additional of this amount. So how it cannot be a paid vacation? So this is the additional allowances. You also get a lot of bonuses that depends on how the airline is performing. Apart from this, international layover allowances are different, and that is also over and above the salary. And as soon as you start increasing your number of hours and when you increase your number of years, your allowances, your salary keeps on revising, and you get an opportunity to earn more and more as you progress in your career as a crew. You also get health insurance. All the family members are covered. The airline provides for you and for your family and insurance. Apart from this, if anything, God forbid, happens to you on duty, then there is certain amount that the airline gives to the family members. Apart from this, there is retirement benefits that again varies from airline to airline. Let's talk about international airline benefits. You get to work with the prestigious airline. So all the international airlines, that means which are operating beyond India, are all international airlines. And the standards and the work experience and the trainings are at much higher standards. So you get to attend the higher starting salaries, better benefit packages. So you will get a lot of benefit packages, like lot of airlines also give accommodation, stay, everything is taken care by the airline. Even your laundry is taken care by them. So requirements for joining any of the airline, as we discussed, is that you have to be minimum of 21 years of age. You can also start your career into a domestic airline first if you're 18 or between 18 to 21, and maybe after 1 or 2 years of experience you can directly switch to international airline. And a lot of people have this myth that I can't apply to an international airline as a fresher. It's completely wrong. If you're 21 years of age and if you're fulfilling their minimum requirements, educational skills and everything, then you can definitely apply for an international airline directly without having experience also. Now let's go through the recap, right? We have covered lots of things today. So let's cover what are the things that we have covered in today's session. So first thing comes is the age. 18 to 27 domestic airline, 21 and above international airline. Domestic airline BMI has to be 18 to 22, for male candidates 18 to 25. Next comes is your educational qualification. You need to have 10 plus 2 from any recognized board or university, or even if you're a graduate, that's fine. You need to have 12th complete. Next come, you need to have spick and span grooming standards. You need to have pleasing personality, excellent communication skills, interpersonal skills, and love for aviation to start your career in this job. So now you all have the idea of how to become a cabin crew. We have also covered in the recap the entire things that you need to be a cabin crew. Now, if you think that you are fitting in that category, then let's run you through that what does Top Crew Aviation have in bucket for you. So if you are in the age of 17, not yet completed 18, you can still enroll into our program. Till the time you are 18, you can start applying for the jobs. So your age eligibility needs to be 17 to 27 years. Your qualification, as per the airline, we have also kept it as 12th pass, which can be in any stream. Height has to be minimum of 155 centimeters for female, and male has to be 165 centimeters. Your BMI again has to be 18 to 22 for female, that we have covered, and for male has to be 18 to 25. The course duration is 6 months. That is, we will cover 2 hours per day and it's going to be 5 days a week. Now let's talk about what are we going to cover in this course module. We are going to cover a bunch of things that you thought were the hurdles for you to become a cabin crew, and we will train you in such a way where you get your dream job. We will give you an in-flight cabin service training that is required in executive or economy class. Your communication and soft skills will be polished by our esteemed trainers. Grooming and personality development will be taken care by us, whether it is makeup, your personality, the way you talk, walk, and everything will be covered. We will also cover the safety and emergency procedures, a basic one which is required for any airline. We will cover a topic of first aid, crew resource management, interview preparation, which is very, very important to crack any type of interview in any airline. Time management. We will also give you an exotic training on how to crack GDs. So everything that you were considering as hurdle will be covered in our training program. So we definitely offer an overview training program which is covered by top Crew Aviation with the top industry experts. What else do we cover? We have an accelerated training program to prepare each of you to become a cabin crew. Are you excited for that? So Top Crew Aviation has made a fee structure that combines and becomes accessible for each and every student so that they get a dream job. So if we calculate the communication skills, safety and emergency procedure, first aid, mock, interviews, GD, so if we calculate, the cost is coming somewhere around 1,60,000 for 6 months. But we thought, why not add certain bonuses in it? So we are adding books, modules, uniform, training and guidance by industry experts. So the calculation of that bonus cost, if we actually calculate, is 55,000. Now if we calculate 1,60,000 and 55,000, it's coming somewhere around 2,15,000. But we thought, why not make it accessible for everyone? So the discount that we are offering is 54% discount, and the 6 months course we are offering you at flat 98,000 rupees. So what are you waiting for? If you want to get in touch with our team members, you can contact on the given number and our team will get in touch with you right away. So don't wait for this opportunity. Grab this opportunity and make your career a flying high career. And if you have any questions, any doubt, our team is wonderful to answer all your questions. You can comment down on the comment section if you have. Thank you.